Welcome to another podcast by ḻEMMA, where today we're going to discuss something that most of us encounter, those of us who are in the workforce, the payslip. We receive the payslip, but do we really look at the payslip, or do we just care about the amount of money that goes directly into our bank accounts? Today we have a special guest, Gabby, who will be explaining what the payslip is, what is on the payslip, and why it is important to actually understand our payslip. Hi, Gabby. Thanks
Hi,
for
Daniela.
joining. Can I please ask you to introduce yourself, please?
Of course. First of all, let me say that I am an educator. Full-time job is a full-time teacher, accounts and marketing, and I teach in a post-secondary level. However, I also work with ḻEMMA as a financial capability educator.
Gabby, why is it important that we look at the payslip and understand the payslip rather than just care about the final amount that goes into our account?
Let's be honest, Daniela, it becomes very tentative, you know?
Just to care about the amount.
Yes. And nowadays, since we're receiving our payslip by email, it becomes easier simply to ignore it. But in reality, it's very, very important. So looking at the amount of what we are getting, the final one, is definitely important, but that isn't the only thing. So it's important that we look, first of all, that we are getting the gross that we had agreed with our employer.
So when you say the gross, Gabby, because when you are offered, let's say, for example, you go to an employer, you go for an interview, and they tell you your pay is going to be 2,000 euros a month. The 2,000 euros is not what you're gonna take home, correct?
No, unfortunately, it's not, right? So you agree on a figure, but that isn't what you take home, because somewhere in between that 2,000 that you mentioned, there is the NI, what is the national insurance, and there's also the tax.
The tax deductions.
And by law, we have to pay these, so that we can't get around it, you know?
And that is why I believe, while certain payslips may vary from one employer to the other, there are things which are mandatory on a payslip. Do we agree?
Yes, definitely. First of all, we need to have the information about the employer.
Okay.
Secondly, all the information about the employee. We need to know exactly the amount of the basic, any allowances, any bonuses for that month or fortnight, depends how you get your pay. And finally, what you're getting in hand, which is the net pay.
All right, so to make it simpler for our listeners, the basic pay is what you agree in an interview, during an interview where you are told, let's take the same example, 2,000 euros, but the net pay is not the 2,000 euros. The net pay is the amount.
The lesser amount.
The lesser amount usually found at the bottom of the payslip, which is what you actually will have left as your pay.
Yes.
Do we agree? Okay. Yes. Why is it different? Why? Because of the deductions of the national insurance and the taxes. Okay. Yes. So, but is it possible for two individuals to have the same basic pay, but a different net?
Yes, it is very possible, because there are different rates of both the NI and the tax. So let's say, for example, let's focus on the tax. Someone who is single will have a different tax rate than someone who is married or someone who is a parent. Now, following the latest budget, even being a parent, there might be a difference by someone having one kid and someone who has two kids. Now, there's also the parent rate, which once again, there is a difference between having one kid or two kids. Now, probably I'm gonna, answer the question immediately. I'm sure you're going to ask me, so what's the difference between being married and being a parent? Because usually being a parent might also mean that you are married. Yes, now, let me explain. So obviously, being married, so we have two people and they decide to declare their income together.
Okay.
The parent could still be married, but they decide to declare their income separately. That's the main difference.
And in this case, would the tax deductions that we have heard in the new system be applicable to both the parents or to one parent? Do they have to choose between themselves?
No. If you're a parent, you could be the male parent, you could be the female parent.
They both
yes,
have benefits from the new tax rates that were announced.
Definitely.
Okay. I have a question that not many people some things that many people maybe don't know. Well, when you pay your NI, you pay your NI on the basic pay, not on the gross. There's a difference. Whereas the tax is paid on the gross. Let's start by explaining the basic and the gross. What are we talking
there
about?
is a difference between when we say basic and we say gross. Most of the time we tend to interchange these two words, but in reality they're not the same.
They're different, yes.
So the basic is literally that amount of money which doesn't include anything else. Whilst the gross includes any overtime that you might do during the period, any allowances that you have agreed with the employer, any bonuses, could be government bonus, could be any other type of bonus. So there's a difference. It could also be that the basic and the gross are in fact the same figure.
Because you don't have any additional...
Exactly.
So, the NI is calculated on the basic, whereas the tax deduction is calculated on the gross.
Everything, yes.
So when you pay the NI, let's say the NI, you pay it via week. Do we agree?
Yes. The NI is calculated every Monday. Okay? So let's just say you are paid every fortnight. So that means every 2 weeks, therefore there are 2 Mondays, and therefore you give 2 contributions.
Okay.
Now, the funny thing is a little bit when we get to the monthly pay, because monthly could mean 2 things. 4 weeks or every end of month, because that makes a bit of a difference.
Because you could have 5 Mondays, do we agree?
Exactly. So if you are paid every 4 weeks, that is quite straightforward. That means there are 4 contributions to pay. But if you are paid every month, there could be either 4 or 5 Mondays.
Okay, so let's say a person who is paid every 4 weeks compares her payslip to somebody who's paid monthly. The person who is paid monthly might find that they're paying more contributions because it could happen that there were 5 Mondays. Do we agree?
But they are not comparing like with like.
Exactly. Whereas the tax is paid on the total income of that month, correct? So if you have overtime, bonuses, it is calculated.
Yes.
Another question, Gabby. So, you were meant to get paid overtime last month and your employer didn't pay you. Now, this month, your employer is going to pay you for the overtime from last month and for the overtime of this month. And many people say, I'm going to pay more tax because he's paying me all at once. That is not true. Do we agree?
No, it's not true, Daniela. The truth is that, yes, you feel that that's a lot of tax. However, this happens because the system will simply think that you will be earning that amount for the rest of the months during the year. Eventually, by the end of the year, that will balance out.
That will balance out itself. Gabby, may I also ask you, please, to explain the pay-as-you-go system? What is the pay-as-you-go system, which Malta obviously follows?
That is a very important question, Daniela. And not just an important question, just a very important system. So I'm going to give it as an example on you. Daniela, let's just say that you agreed with your employer that you will be earning €2,000 every month without any bonuses, etc.
This is the basic pay, let's say.
The basic pay, okay? And you know that had we used the pay system, then you will have less because of the NI and the tax, exactly like we're saying.
Yes.
Now, let's just say that I give you the 2,000 and I leave it up to you. It will be your responsibility to pay the NI and the tax every month. Now, probably the first month you'll do it, the second one you'll do it, then by the third one you might have overspent and then you start forgetting. That is the problem. This system is very important because the employer will be paying the contributions, both the NI and the tax, on your behalf. And there will be consistency like that.
And
so it's very important.
Even it's less things to think about,
Yes.
and much more peace of mind.
Yes.
What is the PE number and why is it so important?
The PE number is the employer's number. Now, without it, the employer cannot pay your contributions. And he won't be legally a good employer. So it's important that whomever is your employer must have this number, so he will pay the contributions on your behalf.
On your behalf. Gabby, why is it important to pay the NI? What do we benefit?
Well, most people translate this as, well, that's a burden, but it's not really just a burden, everyone would prefer to take more at home, obviously. So do I. But there is a reason. What if you get injured at work? That NI will cover you. What if you are sick for a prolonged period of time? That will cover you. So, Daniela, and the NI is for another very important reason. Maybe we never get to use it. We might use it. It's always questionable, but that is for our contributions when we need it for the pension.
For the pension.
Now, it's also very interesting that a lot of people believe that the NI that they're paying on a monthly basis, it's like put in a reserve, so that's there for when they grow up, they use it for their pension. It's not like that. It's today's workers are contributing to today's pensioners. And that's how it will be when we get there. The employees at that time will contribute for our pension. Yes.
Gabby, we said that the NI is calculated based on the basic pay. Do we agree?
Yes.
So the less basic pay you declare, the less pension. Do we agree you're going to get when you're older?
That's how it is calculated, yes.
Okay.
There are different schemes, how it depends on the year when you are born.
Okay. And this is a question that I feel is very important because not many people are aware of. It's not just the employee who pays the national insurance.
Yes.
The employer also contributes to the national insurance of his employees. Do we agree?
That's you're right. Not a lot of people know it. So my full-time, I have a full-time, so I have to pay my NI through my full-time job. And in line with that, the exact amount that I pay, my employer pays as well. And both the contributions then are sent to the authorities.
Okay, and another question, there is somebody who might be working full-time, somebody who might be working part-time, somebody who might be working a full-time and a part-time, and there are the self-employed. Do they pay the same NI?
No. So let's start with the part-timer, okay? So again, I'm going to distinguish between one type of part-timer and another. So we have the part-timer, like I am, that also has her own full-time job. In that case, you do not pay NI.
You only pay the NI on the full-time?
Yes, obviously.
Okay.
Then we have the part-timer that it's her only job.
Okay.
In that case, most of the time you pay 1/10 of your weekly pay.
Okay.
Then the self-employed, they have their own rates. It's under a different class. Completely different.
Okay. So, Gabby, it is extremely important that we actually look at our payslip, we check our payslip, we make sure that if our NI is being deducted and if the tax is being deducted, that they are really being paid. It is our responsibility as employees to ensure that everything is in line.
Yes, very
and
important.
This can be done through actually checking your payslip. Do we agree?
Yes.
Gabby, I thank you so much for your time.
Very welcome.
And for your expertise. And I thank you for joining us once again.